They'll come in.
Here we go.
Yeah, 167.
Give me a second.
You got me muted, or?
I don't know. Are you muted?
Oh, there you are. I'm used to listening to music.
Yeah. No, you weren't muted, were you?
No. You know what? You weren't saying anything. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I was getting my DJ thing on.
DJ.
That's right. I DJ, baby. That's right.
Oh, DJ.
Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. Damn it, that's my DJ. To DJ to quit. To DJ to quit. Nah, near. Do. All right. So I see they have you back in the chair room.
Yeah. Well, that's the gym coach's office that I was invading, and I don't want to overextend my welcome.
I get it. Now, are you guys in school on Wednesday? How does that work?
We're virtual Wednesday.
Okay.
So this is the next quietest, inconspicuous room that I can find.
I got you.
Just find the other one. It's like ridiculous. And the
I
other
get
one I found, which was extremely quiet, but there's no outlet. I say, how is there no outlet in this room? Yeah,
That's odd. That is odd.
So I'll probably use that room, but got to remind myself to charge my laptop fully before I go into the lab. Yeah.
Okay, so you got some time. It's up to you. We can talk about the Bulls for a few minutes. If you want to talk about the Bears, we can again. It's up to you. It's just how much time you got.
I got a little bit of time. I know we wanted to talk about the Bulls, so we can go here and there and wherever it needs to be with them. And the draft is tonight. I haven't heard anything new.
Neither have I.
So if you just want to touch it for kicks and giggles, because I know we kind of, it's up to you. I mean, I know you want to get you mentioned you want to get more to like 5 and 10 minute segments instead of the school special kind of thing.
Well, what we do, I'm thinking the best way to get through these is doing 15-minute blocks, anywhere between 12, 15 minutes. If we can get it down to 5, that would be great. I think once everything gets set up, once Jay gets his studio set up, we'll be able to do little vignettes, and those are the ones we'll be able to pop up on Facebook, give people 5 minutes of it, and then edit it back down and then go from there. So I think what we did yesterday, we did about 30 minutes. It was actually longer than I thought, but
I kind of had a feeling that, given the subject matter, it was going to be a little longer. But it's okay.
Yeah. So what we'll do is pin this here. Had to figure out how to get this because for some reason it cuts off my peripheral. So if this mic arm is in the way, it will pick up a full shot. So, all right, let's do Bulls. Let's run through the Bulls real quick. Do about 10 minutes on the Bulls, maybe about 10, 12 minutes on the Bears. How about that?
Okay.
All right, my friend. Let's get ready to start. I'm going to start the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Preview. You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know what it is. You know who it is. It's the Sizzle in the building, baby. And you know who's here in the building. I'm G Sizzle. He's Rich Sizzle. And we got to talk about the Bulls. Is it
Go
all
Bulls?
Yeah, it's almost over. It's almost over. Now, however you want to look at it, it's almost over. Zach LaVine should be coming off of protocols at some point before the end of the season. He's in the longest protocol I've ever seen. I don't know what kind of COVID he had. He has COVID-20. He is on a month-long protocol setback. So, from what you've seen so far, Rich,
He got that real.
what's your
COVID.
impression?
He got that real COVID. You know,
Okay.
like they were talking about. Some of us got like that little like asymptomatic. No, he actually got the real vids.
He got the COVID. He got the big vid.
He got the 19.
Well, here's the thing. The Bulls there are only 10 games left for their season.
10
They're
games.
already 2 games behind, and for that 10th space, that right in that position.
Right.
It doesn't look good. The Bulls, even though they have a winning record without Zach LaVine so far at 4-3, they still look like they're going to give you 2. They're going to lose 2 and then give you 1. They're going to pick up 1. Looks like that's how their math is going right now.
Okay.
You still got some teams to jump over. You've got Washington to jump over. You've got Toronto, which they have the tiebreaker with. But I'm still something about this team I'm not seeing it. And maybe you can help me see something different, Rich. It's just something I don't see with this team.
I don't see chemistry. I see backyard basketball at this point. Okay. There's a lot of talent around the Bulls, but there's no chemistry. Nothing's flowing. Even when you break down stat lines, and Zach LaVine, your shooting guard, is the assist leader with 5. You have one Bull averaging double digits in rebounding. Everybody else is down there 8-7 rebounds a game. You have no communication. This is what they're saying. You have no communication on the court. You have no communication in the locker room. People are just playing for themselves at this point. Even your shooting averages and percentages are down. The 3 points are down. I'm trying to figure out where Lauri Markkanen is. I've been watching him and trying to understand, like, what are this was supposed to be, this is his 4th year, right?
Right.
And I understand COVID did some things, but this should have been his breakout year. He should have been vying to be just as much of a star on that Bulls roster as anybody else. And he's like 4th or 5th down on the list of efficiency. Granted, yeah, he's a starter. He is part of that core, but are you that significant in that core? We're almost talking to the point where if you don't step up, you're worth more getting rid of for draft purposes or point guard purposes. That's what we're really lacking, because when you're, I think, 3rd best point per game average is Kobe White. I mean, he's above you. He's above Markkanen. So what can we do with or around him? These are all problems, especially if they don't make this 10-team playoff thing that they got, especially if they don't make that. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not looking good, because if you look at the rest of the teams they have to play Milwaukee twice. They've got to play the Nets. Pretty much everybody they have with the 10 games remaining, with the exception of 2 teams, have a better winning record than they do right now. It is not looking great at all, not even looking good.
That's the thing right now when we're talking about looking good and what they can actually do, what they have the ability to do. Maybe that's the thing when we talk about flow again. I don't see this as a cohesive unit. And maybe that's where, and my concern would be in moving forward. Here's my concern. How are you going to reintegrate Zach LaVine back into this mix, because now they've gotten a formula that they think is working for them, which is dumping down the post, Vooch doing his thing, and pretty much being the point forward from the center position. So now, once you get Lezak back on the court, you know, he's going to want to take all the shots and shoot from 30 feet out. He's going to want to do that because he's that guy. And I don't want to. Okay, so I will have to capitulate somewhat to SIZZLE. Unless there's something that Mark Eversley and Kornishova saw in Patrick Williams. I don't know how you justify using him as a developmental project that he has to start. So as the fourth pick, you're telling me you needed a small forward, not a point guard, to help this team move forward. There's something wrong with this mix right now. And I think that point guard thing is, to me, that's the issue right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you took a gamble thinking that White was going to take the next level and be Westbrook-ish, maybe even Rondo-ish. I don't know. Whatever you thought, because you had to think that, because like you said, you have this fourth selection, and you went in you. I don't know what you were thinking, but you went into, I've got this person that is built like the next big thing. I guess ignored everything else about it and ignored that you still need your point guard. You must have thought that White was going to produce something somewhere. You had to have thoughts that this other person we drafted early was going to blossom somehow. And it didn't work.
You know, I don't know, Rich. Now, tell me, maybe you can see this from a different perspective. My perspective when it comes to the Bulls is they lack talent. They lack not basketball talent. They lack athleticism talent. They don't have the type of talent. They don't have the athletes that you need to be effective. And I think it speaks a lot to the prior administration. Their whole thing is you get players from big schools, big names that should do it. But you're seeing players right now, you're seeing young guys around the league, even in Houston, they have young men stepping up now, playing the point guard position. You got Shake Milton in Philly playing the point guard position. You got guys around this league, from Tate to anyone that's a young point guard, and they're putting in work. And Kobe still can't figure it out. Arch is cute. I mean, he's a nice story. He's kind of John Paxson-ish, just without the John Paxson jumper.
And you really don't have an excuse for it, because all your development players that you're talking about on the Bulls with White and Patrick, they're playing the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Not like they're doing 12, 13 minutes coming in the start of the third quarter or something. Like, no, they're playing pretty much the whole game. So you've got the time to develop. This is not one of those times where it's put up or shut up. You've played for the most part a whole season. I know it has not been 82 games. It won't be, but you played enough games to say, hey, we've got this. I'm working on this. I'm working on that. It's not working though.
Yeah, I don't see where it's going to work for them moving forward. When you look at the team, Denzel, I really do, but I think I like him more just as a person than a player. Right now, you got Feliciano still on the team. You got Denzel sitting there. They tried to flush out most of them with getting rid of Hutch and getting rid of Gaff.
But those ships have sailed. Like you said, what the first two names you mentioned, what have they been doing? What have they done?
No, And to your point, you would think they have had an opportunity to shine, and they have not shined. It
Here's
has been horrific.
Here's a question for you. If we
Okay.
got rid of those two names right now, what team would jump to pick them up?
No team.
No team. What? So we're the only ones saying we'll hold on to them.
Yeah. You know, is it me or is it a Chicago thing where you overvalue your picks? That's always been the thing with me with Chicago. And it's not just the Bulls, it's any Chicago team. They overvalue their picks and they overvalue their players. Even in the times when you had like Kurt Heinrich, when you had that Bulls wave, they were good. Luau Deng, Kurt Heinrich, Ben Gordon, you know, some of the other pieces they brought in, but that was pretty much the nucleus of the core. But they were
all
never good
three
enough.
names you just mentioned, when they left the Bulls, they still were picked up by other teams and they still played. They may not have played significant, but they still had a role. Like it overvaluing. You pay Feliciano money to play 6 minutes a game.
Right.
How many minutes has he averaged since you paid him in excess of what, $10 million or something like that? He has played less minutes than millions he has made.
You know, I look at it from a bigger, the big perspective when you talk about, especially I go back to that team because after Heinrich left the Bulls, I believe he went to Washington and then to Atlanta, and pretty much his career was over. I mean, I don't even remember where he went after that. Luau Deng was in Cleveland, and then he kind of bounced around and somehow he ended up in LA.
Yes.
I don't remember Ben Gordon playing for anybody else. He was it the Magic? Yeah, the Magic. I think. I don't remember. But it was whatever it was. Their power was in their nucleus, but individually, they were just blah. And right now, I'm seeing that with Kobe White. I'm seeing that with Denzel Valentine. I'm seeing that with Ryan Arcidiacono. You got all these guys here. Now you got Derek Dotson sitting there. You got some more D-League players on the squad. But if these cats can't play, why are they still there? If they're not contributing, if in a time where Zach is down and you need your team to step up and bring those wins home, and they're just sitting there like, well, you know, we tried hard. That's not going to get it, bro. That's not going to, suck.
It must be in the Harold's chicken sauce.
Oh, don't you?
To be honest with you, because like you said, it's got to be a Chicago thing. And the only thing I don't see Harold's chicken anywhere but Chicagoland areas, you know. And that sauce is great. That chicken is great, but I do feel a lot tired, a lot slower after I eat it, you know.
Do you get the itis?
Yeah, the itis, man. And you're just like, you know what? We drafted him. Well, we got that one guy in a football uniform. Well, we did reach for him. We got to give him a try. You know, it's like, woo. I don't know.
It makes me laugh because you got Patrick Williams there as a developmental small forward, super. Jay doesn't want to hear any of it, but I know in my heart they were looking at what they looked at Kawhi Leonard and said, this is what he could be. He could be young Kawhi. And you're like, why? No, he's just why. They're like, no, Kawhi. He's there. He's like, no, just why are you doing this? Why?
Yeah. Well, like I said, they looked at his size, they looked at his athleticism,
right,
and what, like you said, what other players his size and speed and so on are and could be, and just stop there. Only thing I can say that's good, at least they didn't trade up to get him.
Unlike somebody we're going to talk about next, when our next segment, when we talk about the Chicago Bears, we're going to talk about at least the Bulls have stayed pat. But hey, here's the good thing. I know it's been all doom and gloom. Here's the good thing. That where the Bulls are positioned right now, there is like a 24 percentile chance that they could get their fourth pick and, you know, get into the lottery and keep their pick.
Yeah. I mean, then you might get it right and get a point guard.
Might. Or they might go and get a power forward.
No, they'll go get a center. They'll go make that Golden State Warrior deal for another James Wiseman. Oh no, they didn't do that. I'm sorry. They were supposed to and did.
Hey man, well, James Wiseman isn't playing right now. He's hurt. Him down.
But he has shown what he can do.
Yeah, well, Patrick Williams has shown what he can do, and it's not a lot. It's really bad. Oh, bad man daddy. Yo, you know who it is. You know what it is. And if you have not subscribed, liked, and shared this content, then shame on you. You are a bad person. You know that all you have to do is like, hit the button. It's here, there, everywhere. Subscribe, like, and share the sizzle. You know what we come to do. We come to bring you the hottest in the thing, baby. That's all we do. We do our thing all the time. You know who's in the building. Rich Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. So listen, we want to see you again because we're the Sizzle. Hottest talking 219, and we will see you on the other side.
That side. Or that side. Maybe that side. I don't know.
There's a lot of sides there.
Yeah.
Think they're trying to follow our protocol for pickup. Think they're okay. Just might want to pop outside.
10-4.
All right. It's time for you to roll.
Jones,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you too.
Yeah, let me go.
All right, bro. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem, man.